Welcome to the BOTB live show. I am Jay Walker III. I am one of the hosts of this here function, and our normal co-host, he would normally be here, but Mother Nature is showing her ass right now, and he don't have no power. So he may jump in, he may not jump in, who knows? But I can't even lie. My guest host tonight, Miss Tiki Blue. For the people that don't know, round of applause. This is our resident grown-ass black woman with perspective. How are you?
Oh, wait. I'm the resident grown-ass black woman?
With perspective.
With the perspective. I love it.
I'm
great. I love it.
Yeah, man. You know, everybody got to have a title. You should have had that title.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
How you doing, grown-ass black man? With perspective?
Man, you know, hustle and survive, good times, like the theme song.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Say again?
Scratching and surviving?
That's it, man. It's more than that. That's one of my go-tos that I'm gonna have to remix it because I'm doing more than hustling and surviving. My life is decent.
Are you hanging in the child line?
No.
Then
no. But if there's a child line open, I'll visit it. I'm not too proud.
Let the child line need the child. You have the means to go get you some child. Let it be for those who do not have the means to get them some child.
I would never take food out of a starving person's mouth.
Okay.
I won't do that. But you know.
I know some folks who have full freezers, and as soon as somebody say, "Oh, somebody is giving away some food," food bank is giving away boxes, they are the first one in line. And I'm like, there is food in your pantry that is falling off the shelves. The food in your freezer has freezer burn because it's so full and it's been there so long. Like, why do you need more stuff? I hate that. I really do hate that. I hate that.
Yeah. I feel you on that. Now, I want to start with, how you doing type. We doing that now, but just, a little bit more deeply. How you doing, like, overall?
I'm good. I'm actually in a good place. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling strong. I did a 5K a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, now.
And I did it last year for the first time and was just like, oh, good God. And I did it this time, and I did not have to send out an SOS for help for somebody to come pick me up. The little old women did not have to pull me up the hills this year. When one of them went down, I was like, what's wrong, sis? And she was like, I can't do it. I was like, girl, you passed me back there. You got to keep coming. She was like, I can't do it. So, but yeah, I actually did it in 4 minutes sooner and faster than I did last year.
Okay, cool. Congratulations.
But that was 4 minutes that I wasn't out there, and like I said, nobody had to, pick me up and rescue me. This time, the Cab County was not literally like riding behind me, pushing me along because I was the last one.
Improvement in any way. Improvement by 1 second.
I will take it. But I'm gonna tell you, right? I had these Merrell shoes. I don't know if you've ever seen Merrells or heard of Merrells. They're like some walking shoes, right? They look like vinyl Jesus sandals, right? With the foam and like the nylon, straps on the top.
That don't seem like it's good 5K.
Let me tell you, they were better than my sneakers.
Okay.
better than my sneakers. My foot didn't hurt. If you have knee problems, my knee didn't hurt. I'm telling you, they were better than my sneakers.
Okay, and what are they called again? Not that we selling or sponsoring, but you know,
Right.
comfortable foot shit is good.
Right, MERRELLS, and for us, heavier folks, we need like our good shoes, like it helps. And I got put on to them when I was in Denver last month. My cousin came with them, and I ended up borrowing hers to walk one day after we had walked all over Denver. And I was like, these Nikes are killing me. And she was like, well, try these. And then I never gave them back to her. I ended up just like asking her for them. I was like, I'm gonna just go on to keep these. And
I can dig it.
Wearing them ever since, like on my afternoon walks, like everything. So yeah, not that we're endorsing them, but I'm telling you, they saved my feet that day. And I probably sent the link to like 4 people during the 5K because they were like, where did you get those? What are those? Yeah.
The Jesus sandals normally do get the, what are those?
Yeah, way better than any of my sneakers, like way better.
Hold on just a second.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, cuz black folks, baby, we run a function here that sometimes, it shows its ass. But no, I'm glad that you are still on your journey, being physically fit, still doing the 5K thing. It's important. It's a conversation that has to happen regularly because we'll have if we're on a diet, we'll have a bad day. We might cheat the diet that day and we'll abandon the whole thing. And it's always good to keep moving forward. So that's just for the people that's trying.
Yeah, I used to be in the mindset, oh, it's a diet, I don't want to be on the diet for the rest of my life, right? But once you figure out that it's just a change of mindset, when you just like, look, more days than not, I need to adopt healthier habits, right? Then it's not like, oh, it's a diet, right? Because once you get used to, well, I'm not gonna I don't eat a ton of fried food, but if I feel like I want some fried chicken, I'm about to go get some fried chicken. I mean, I eat an 8-piece box. I might eat one and a half, two if I'm starving and don't eat any sides with it. But then that satisfies that craving, and then I can go right on and go back to eating grilled salmon or tuna or whatever else I want to eat, and I don't feel bad about it. If I want some powdered donuts, I'm gonna eat the powdered donuts. Again, I may not eat a whole bunch of them. I might just eat one or two, and it fills it, and then it's done, right? Because in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, I ate that or whatever, but I know tomorrow when I get on the scale, I don't want to say I gained 5 pounds, and we're not going to keep saying it's water weight, right? Like, I know if I ate horribly for the last few days, that was me eating horribly for the last few days, and I got to get all that weight back off again. So it's just a mindset.
Definitely. I'm still in the process of convincing myself, it's an ongoing fight.
Don't feel bad about it. You're not gonna do it before you're ready for it, right? Like I can talk to you about it, your brother can talk to you about it, anybody in the world can talk to you about it all day long. But until jaywalk and say, hey, I'm ready for whatever reason it may be, it doesn't matter. So you get there when you get there, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm definitely ready, man. Because look, I went outside today in South Carolina on this June 25th day of 2025, and it is not bullshitting out there, cuz like there ain't no, like we used to have shade trees growing up. These trees ain't shading. These trees ain't shading.
For a midday walk at 12 o'clock. I don't know what I was thinking. It was not the best decision I've ever made in my life. I got back in the car like a piece of beef jerky.
Okay. Because look, all about the health journey, all about being physically fit and all of that. But walking out there today might not be the best thing for you medically. And if you work outside, I'm sorry. I hope you get paid not a fair wage. I hope you get paid way more than you're supposed to be out there, because that is nuts.
Yes.
Oh man. Let's talk under the tree, checking in. What's happening with you? So yeah, our president, our leader, our yeah. I say that loosely because I'm good, man. Me, God, His Son, the Holy Ghost. That's all I need to report to. You feel me? And Brenda, my bad. Um, those are the people I need to report to. How do you feel about our current situation on the political front? Not on the political front, on the life front.
There's so much there. So every day I'm waking up terrified every day, right? Almost afraid to see what the news headlines are. Um, I think I told somebody the other day. I was like, "Hey, can we just get married while Black people still can, like while we still have that freedom, and just in case it's gone next week, can we just, I just at least if I go down, I can say I'm married to somebody again." But yeah, every day, every day. I had this conversation with my daddy this morning, and I don't wish ill or death on anybody, but I said, statistically speaking, how much longer can he keep waking up inflicting this on us? Like, how many more days we got here?
Uh,
He's
I go right now. I go back and forth. It's not him that's the problem. Y'all have heard me say this on this show before. It's the people around him that support the bullshit that he's on. I feel like we give him far too much credit. We know he is not the sharpest knife in the drawer. So we cannot also blame him for everything that's going on. There's supposed to be some checks and balances here before we decide to drop bombs on another country.
But aren't we supposed to believe that he bypassed the checks and balances, and now the checks and balances are pissed about it?
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I like. Are we falling for the low hanging fruit by continuing to blame him?
It's so much. I don't even know that we even know where to blame. There's just so much. But then again, this is really none of our problem. I have a line next to go learn because that's what Black people are doing right now. Minding our own Black ass business.
And people have been doing that. The level of unseriousness that I see in this current time, like this shit is touch and go. You know what I'm saying? So the level of like I'm glad that Black folks is not all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Just like let's see what happens with hands off. And I feel like that's where everybody is right now. We have been concerned. Everybody that is our color, from our demographic, has been hands-on, boots on the ground since they was born. Mm-hmm. Even when you was a child and your parents, you didn't know shit. You didn't know nothing. Your parents are still living it, so it's in you. But I got to think that the ancestors are kind of looking at us like, yeah, we should have tried that. We should have tried just like leaving them fuckers alone.
The ancestors came through for us. They already burnt down 2 or 3 mansions this year.
Well, look, and I don't think they done.
I don't think they done. Yeah. The ancestors ain't finished what they not finished. So, yeah, I'm just going to learn me a line dance and keep right on, minding my business. I laugh when I see other folks talking about why aren't Black people helping us more. Not our problem.
It's the same problem, and we have done everything that we could.
It is the same thing. We get up every day and keep living the same life we've been living. Nothing's changed for us. We still living in chaos, still living in turmoil, still wondering who made the macaroni and cheese and the potato salad for the barbecue.
Because that's what's really important, because I'm about to eat this.
Wow.
You feel me? Yeah,
Hate it.
At the end of the day, if you're not checking for us, if the only opinion that you want from us is the one that leads us into the streets and into possible incarceration or inflicting violence on us, like I think we all understand that that is over with. That
Yeah.
is over with. Just because I
Oh
can't no
yeah.
more.
Oh wow. Welcome to the show. You have eyes. I couldn't see them before.
I mean, I'm kind of, you know, I'm be incognito. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I thought I was just talking to Paddington or something like that. No.
I could be Paddington. Everybody loves a little brown bear, cuz everybody loves a little brown bear.
He's so cute though.
Oh man. Yeah, I like I said, I'm trying to approach life with the seriousness that we should, but also not let this shit eat at me.
Okay.
Because on his first term, I was bothered, cuz like I aged 20 years. And I wasn't I was pop. I was, you know how old black men in politics go. They just be with the bullshit. He on the book, and that's how I felt. I just felt stressed out. You
Oh,
feel me? So I can't give you that no more. Whatever's gonna happen is definitely gonna happen. So I'll embrace that and I'll face that when that time comes.
the only thing I am concerned about is that I got a quick vacation planned next month down to Florida. I'm just hoping Florida's still down there. That's it.
Man, look,
So
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how this weather. We just now approaching the hurricane season. They just named the first tropical storm.
yeah.
So, like you said, hopefully everything is everything
Who did it? Because I thought the
for you.
National Weather Service got fired. So who got their name in the storm? Because it could have been 8 more storms. Like, we don't know. We just
See, you trying to turn me back around into that man. You trying to
is it coming out of the Gulf of America? Like I don't know what's going on here. Where is it coming from?
right now it's in the Caribbean, west or east of the Caribbean. Like they always come from the motherland. They
Always.
start in the motherland and come through the Caribbean. And depending on how I really believe, depending on how human beings are human being in this country, is where we get. Now
Oh,
that being said, I'm sorry about the people in North Carolina, as it was a travesty, and it's still kind of jacked up there. Not kind of, it's still jacked up there. I don't want to see nobody hurt,
and he
but
told him
also
any
I
more
gotta
money.
laugh at something. Say what now?
I said, and he told him you cannot have any federal funds to get your lives back together.
And those are his people.
They voted for him.
Those are his people. So God bless you. You know what I'm saying? I hope everything works out for you. I hope you're able to rebuild your home. And if not, go back to the White House, man. Go back to Capitol Hill on that January 6th energy, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Oh, that's not good. But I don't know, man. I'm home. I'm in South Carolina. I've been here with my mother and father for the first time in a little while, man. And I'm glad I still got like those people in my life. I'm scrolling through TikTok, Instagram, whatever, checking reels, and I always see a TikTok about, we don't get together no more. Ain't no big mamas, ain't no like. I'm glad that's not a life, and I'm damn near 50 years old. Cause I'm blessed and fortunate enough to have these people in my life, and knowing them as a child and knowing them as an adult are two different levels of energy. You feel me?
It's it's a difference.
So for you young people, giving your parents hell, I'm gonna need y'all to relax. Cause Lord willing, you gonna grow older, and you still gonna need some allies. Just cause you've grown, like matter of fact, when you get grown is when the shit kick in.
Not only will you need your parents or the older people when you're grown, you're going to need their credit card numbers because they're going to have a much higher credit limit And life is gonna like you one day. You're like, oh, I got this. And then the people are gonna be like, no, you don't got this. Do you know somebody else who possibly may have this? And it is going to be your mama and your daddy.
If they was decent.
Guaranteed. So you're
Right.
going to need to get your lives together because they are going to have a much higher credit limit and you're going to need it for, life one day.
You absolutely better believe it. You absolutely better believe it. There was something that I saw earlier that I wanted to kind of get an opinion on, but I can't seem to find it today. Where is my shit? I don't know, man. This is a lot harder to do without my brother. I see him
Yeah.
do it. I see him do it a lot when I'm not available, and he make it look so much easier.
Yeah. Because he does a lot of the planning, doesn't he?
He does the guest stuff. I do most of the graphic type stuff, and I mean we both do a little bit. So
I
that's
mean,
what I do.
yeah.
I'm gonna take some time to shout out my brother as it's just two of us. You know what I'm saying? For the people that know us, they know us. Um, Me and my brother, we have a little brother, big brother type relationship, right? But as I've gotten older, I be feeling like he the big brother and I'm the little brother. You feel me? I have to give him credit for being a dope individual. You know what I'm saying? Like if I set myself aside, if I set my who he is to me and who I am to him, and I'm just a dude that knew him, he's an asshole. Let's start there. But
Everybody's,
once you get past that, you know what I'm saying? My brother has the biggest heart that is out there. He's one of the most consistent, most caring individuals that you'll ever meet. And I give him a hard time because he's my brother, and that's just what I'm supposed to do. But if I was gonna take a minute to have a moment, this is that moment. My brother keeps me together. My brother has saved my life on more than one occasion. That's why I'm always, when I end the show, I always say, love the people who love you back. You feel me? So if there is somebody, it may not be a brother for you, it may be a sister. If it's not a sister, it may be a cousin. Hell, it may be somebody unrelated to you. But there should be somebody in your life that is consistently there for you the way that you are there for them. And sometimes they gonna take the lead. Sometimes they gonna push you along. You know what I'm saying? But you should be prepared to give that same love and effort back to them. So for you, it's just you, right?
no. So I
I've
have,
never met your siblings.
you probably haven't. I know your brother knows my sister, of course, because, we've all been in church together.
Right.
And she
I'm
is,
the prodigal son. I ran off. So
you did, you did. And she's 5.5 years younger than me. So you
okay.
probably, even if you did see her, you wouldn't have realized or whatever, because, that's a lot of years in between to be, picking up people sometimes, when you're a teenager, especially, right? Um, so yeah, I actually have from my parents' marriage, I have a sister, and like I said, she's 5.5 years younger than me, and then my parents divorced, and then once my dad remarried, I have another sister there, and she is 17 years younger than me.
Mm,
Um, and I mean, not to be, for lack of a better term, I also have a older brother that's a side baby, and we'll just,
okay.
I mean, not to diminish his value or anything like that. He was just outside of, the relationship confines. And he's an amazing person over in Huntsville in the Air Force.
Okay.
Have a really cool family serving our country and everything. So yeah, I very much so understand sibling rivalry, sibling dynamics. Yeah, definitely, I get that.
Now, like I said, it's more about, I guess, giving him his flowers for the heavy lifting um, with this whole thing that we are doing and continuing to do. Um, how close are you with your siblings? I mean,
Um,
I kind of understand the energy of your brother.
he and I are cool. Like, I don't have any beef with him or whatever. You know, it's a funny story there. I had always known him because he is the same age as some of my cousins on my dad's side. So, and
Mm,
they grew up together. So I'd always known him, but it wasn't until I was probably about 10 before the paternity was revealed to us. So it was just
mm,
like, oh, that's not your cousin's BFF. That's actually your brother. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, and it was what it was, right? So
right.
not, I mean, there's no ill will there. We just grew up and have had separate lives. And unfortunately, we just never really bonded like that. So if we see each other, we'll speak. We, try to communicate each other's birthday, but it's just not a real strong bond there. And it's okay, right? Like I don't stress about it. Same thing with the younger sister that's 17 years younger than me. We never grew up in the same house together. When she was born, I was literally getting ready to come out of high school and go on about my life. So again, we've never really been that close. Um, People evolve, and I live in Atlanta, so I'm away from all of my siblings. So I'm not really there on that day to day basis, and things like that. But my other sister, that's only a few years behind me, we used to be really close. We're not as close now. Just because people make life choices or whatever. But the really cool thing is she had I hate it's fortunate but unfortunate all at the same time. She had a health scare a few weeks back, and we hadn't talked in a while. It was just like, hey, the one thing I'm going to do is protect my peace, right? So if I feel
For
like
sure.
somebody is not here for my peace, I will disconnect so quickly. Um, and I had to have many conversations with my parents. They were like, "Hey, you need to, mend this," and I was like, "Can't do it." And I feel like we struggle because the struggle is, I feel like we should normalize being able to disassociate from people who mistreat us, or who we feel like mistreat us, right? Like if I wouldn't allow somebody in the streets to treat me or talk to me any kind of way, why should I accept it from somebody just because they're blood, right? That doesn't make sense to me. But at the same time, we've come to a point in our lives where we're so used to cutting people off that we're no longer learning um, critical communication strategies and how to effectively communicate and really how to effectively conflict resolve, right? Because we're just like, I just cut him off and I'm done with it. And so it's had to come full circle. So we recently reconnected and just was just like, hey, it is what it is. But we set boundaries in place. I was just like, hey, I'm not mad, you're not mad. These are my boundaries, right? As long as we stay within the boundaries, I'm good. And she said the same thing. Hey, I don't want to be mad at you anymore, but what you said hurt my feelings, and X, Y, Z. Cool, right? So,
Right.
and I was all right with that, right?
So I that's definitely a conversation
I say we just found a
that,
conversation for the night.
well, no, it's like, because I'm real big on cutoff energy. You feel me? Um, I do believe I don't have a problem with you cutting off a person, like you said, that is not taking care of your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Or you feel they're not treating you fairly. And to go along with that is it does not require a loud, boisterous beef. It does not. This is why I'm all right with cutting people off, because I don't have to argue with you about it. You feel me? And because of the type of person that I am, I do not hold grudges.
Mhm.
Like we beefing today, and it can be close to knockdown drag out. If I call you on Thursday or you call me 8 Thursdays from now, I'm just gonna be like, hey, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Like as a temperature check. But protecting your peace is vital. You know what I'm saying? There's too many things outside of our family. We talked about, what the hell our government is doing and all of that. We talk about, how hard it is sometimes to feel valued at your job. Just shit, it's hard to go to the corner store sometimes. There's so many things that attack you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that if you decide that this person is not being fair to you, now let's be reasonable about not being fair to you. You know what I'm saying? Some of us have fragile, a fragile insight.
Mm-hmm.
And just because somebody says something to you, you feel like it's a personal attack, when it's more likely a constructive criticism, or you did something that warranted correction.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But I'm always going to protect my peace. I'm not going to go through changes with no ladies. I'm not going to go through no changes with my friends. Like I said, me and my brother, we are in the dopest place we ever been. Had he been the type of person that I couldn't get along with, I would probably cut him off too. You feel me? Because I don't have time or space or energy for negative shit.
Right. And I don't limit it to just, like family relationships, even regular relationships, right? Like the girl's dad has come for visits before, and like we got into it, just stupid stuff. And in the midst of the argument, it just clicked for me, and I just said, you know what? We're not doing this, because the one thing I'm not going to do is argue in front of my children, right? My girls are just not going to see me argue with a grown man. They're not going to see me argue with their dad. They're not going to see me argue with another adult. They're just not going to see me argue and yell with somebody in their presence like that. And I said, the fact that we're even in this space like this, this is how we have to interact together, lets me know that we can't be in the same space. We are either not healed enough to be in the same space, or, for lack of a better term, we bring out the toxicity in each other. And so we don't need to be in the same place, same space.
Right.
Either way, I'm okay with it, right? And at
Right.
that moment, I was just like, I'm good. You can call them from now on when you need a visit, or we'll meet you at the. But we're good. We're good on this, sir.
Like good, bad, or indifferent, you control everything in your little universe.
You do.
You know what I'm saying? I've been around people that, for whatever reason, they spend more time talking about how people do them dirty or do them a way that they don't appreciate, and they keep dealing with those people. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? So at a certain point, if you're having that conversation with me, I'm gonna tell you that they not the problem. It's you,
Yeah.
because you keep signing up for that abuse.
Keep
You feel
signing.
me? I don't think people, and that's the word, like toxicity. What other hot button words? What's the one? Everybody's narcissism. Everybody likes to throw those around, and now accountability is one of those hot button words. You
Yes.
feel me? But it shouldn't be a hot button word. It should be ingrained in who you are as a human being.
Yeah.
You feel me? So take accountability for the people that make you miserable, or who you say make you miserable, because you have as much to do with that as anybody else that's afflicting you with that.
I agree. And it's okay to realize that, you know what, you and I together are just not a good match. Our energies are off, our spirits are not aligned, our cheese are off, whatever you believe in, however you feel like people, the vibe is off, whatever the case may be. It's okay to acknowledge that we just not okay together, and that
I don't know. She froze.
can you see me?
Yeah, there you go. You
Sorry.
froze up on this side. It could have been me.
All right, because you kept freezing on me, but then mine started circling. So, oh well. Um, but sometimes we just realize that sometimes you can just be with somebody and y'all just really bring out the worst version of each other, right? And that is the purest way the universe could possibly say y'all don't belong together, right?
for
Like
sure.
you do not. And I've dated people that have been like, oh, you're not toxic enough for me. You don't really love me.
That is such a crazy statement.
That is the craziest thing.
That is such a crazy
Not
statement.
toxic enough for me. You don't love me. You are correct, sir. I am not toxic enough for you, right? Why would I want to be with somebody who brings out the worst version of me? Why would I want to bring out the worst version of somebody in order to say, yes, this love is intense. This is something I want to do. Who wants to be stressed out like that all the time? Who wants to be yelling and screaming like that all the time? I keep telling people, I'm in my 40s. I don't have time for that. My knees hurt. I'm
Like,
not doing it. Shit.
like I, I dated somebody, and that was their thing. It's like you so nonchalant, and I used to be like, well, you so aggravating. You aggravating. It's like if you are trying to do something to get on my nerves, and I detect that you are trying to do something to get on my nerves, my response to that is to act like you're not getting on my nerves
Right. Because you're really getting on my nerves.
so bad. And I thought that that was regular shit. Like, how much of this shit is just you just accept the relationship? Like, okay, it's gonna be some good times, it's gonna be some bad times. But nah, this is fucked up. This ain't good or bad. This is not right.
This is
This is
bad.
not healthy. You feel me? And again, you go back to accountability. I accept. We don't listen to that voice that says, I don't like this shit. And we think that we can fix people or give them time and they'll adjust to who you are. And I don't know that first of all, who's to say what that time is?
I'm not
You're
fixing it.
right. It might be able to be fixed
Nope.
until death.
I'm
It
not fixing
might be able to be fixed, but it's 20 years from being fixed. They got to be terminally ill and some more shit to be the person you think they need to be.
like I don't need somebody to come to me quote unquote completely healed or and I'm never going to be completely healed, but I need somebody who is self-aware enough to know that hey, I'm dealing with some stuff. Right? These are the issues I'm dealing with. And at least I'm dealing with it and however, so if I have a bad day, if I have a moment or whatever, just know that I'm working on it, right? I don't believe in these people that are like, oh, if you're not completely healed, don't talk to me. Who is
Right.
completely healed, right? But on the flip side of that, yeah, I'm not fixing anybody. Mm-mm. I don't need to
Yeah,
be fixed.
I've tried. I'm sure some people have tried to fix me. Um, I've been comfortable with who I am for a while. And I also think that that's a thing for some people is some people will see you being comfortable with who you are and they are jealous of that. You know what I'm saying? Good, bad, and different. I'm fat. I can accept that. My skin is dark. I can accept that. I curse like a sailor. I'm good with all those things. You feel me? You don't have to be good with all those things. You and I think a lot of times people think that they have to agree with somebody in whole, and you don't. You can be with somebody that you don't necessarily agree with. Now, if they smoke crack and you don't smoke crack, that don't work.
It
You
won't
feel
work.
me?
It won't.
Yeah, that don't work. But if they are a gamer and you are not, that could possibly work. There's
And
certain things
okay.
it can possibly off the strength of they not a terrible person. I'm not talking about a Gen Z gamer. I'm not talking about wake up in the morning, Red Bull all day, sleep for 2 hours, get back on. I'm talking about a responsible person that goes to work, come home, take out the garbage, do some shit around the house, but for their free time, they decide that they're going to get on the game. You feel me? I think that is not as sinful as, okay, the other guy don't get on his game, but he is out
Oh yeah.
the same amount of time that you don't know where he is. He ain't picking up your call or nothing. Like,
Oh
you
yeah.
gotta weigh the shit that offends you and hurt your feelings.
I can
That was just
definitely.
an example.
I'm sorry. What was the last thing you said?
No, I was just saying that's just an example of a type of relationship.
Yeah, I guess it can. I guess that goes back to finding somebody that you're probably more equally yoked with, right? And I get that everybody should have like their own hobbies to, keep them fulfilled, and everybody has their own lives and everything. But it's just for me, it's just a matter of, well, whatever you like to do, how does it complement with what I like to do? How does what I like to do complement with what you like to do, right? Because if they can complement each other, yeah, you might be a serious gamer for a couple of hours at night. Well, but I like to play games on my phone. So while you sitting there, I might sit on the couch with you, but I'm playing a game on my phone versus you playing online with your friends or whatever. But we're still vibing together. I can live with that, right? But if
Right.
you're the type that's just like, well, you're a gamer, but I need you to look me in my eye for 2 hours and tell me how pretty I am and what your day was like, that won't work.
Right. Just accepting the things that you like, all the things when you in that new part of the relationship and you just talking on the phone and sending a couple text messages and they, what you doing? Shit, I'm on the game chilling. Shit, I'm chilling. What's happening with you? And you have a conversation around that. You feel
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
And you do that for weeks and weeks and weeks. And then you guys get serious and all of a sudden you like, damn, you on that game a lot. Nothing changed.
Nothing changed.
So we have to be accountable and aware of the things that we're allowing. Because if that was a big deal for you, that should have been like, okay, maybe not him. You know
True.
what I'm saying? If it's a big deal for you, you didn't listen to the context clues that he was given, honestly, you just ignored it because you wasn't all the way in. And then when you got all the way in, you was like, wait a minute, this ain't what I thought it was gonna be.
I
You
think
can't blame a person for that.
you are absolutely right. I think part of that is we're in a state right now where people are so, especially women and men probably are too. I don't know because I don't have a male brain, so I can't say for sure. But a lot of women are at a point where we're willing to overlook and accept a lot of things for the sake of. And then, like you just said, you get into it, and you're like, "Wait a minute! Now you're tired and you're frustrated." But like you just said, that man has not changed, right? Like your frustration and your expectations have, but that man has not changed, and now you want him to do what you want him to do, but he's still doing the same thing that he was doing. So yeah, I can definitely see how that could be a problem for some, but yeah, it's just because we just ignore whatever the red flags are. I hate to use that term red flag. Oh, I hate that word.
I
Um,
don't really. It's all internet shit. It don't red flags don't bother me. It's what you consider a red flag that bothers me.
they think everything. This generation thinks everything is a red flag. They're gonna
I
be the
saw
loneliest people ever because everything is a damn red flag.
this lady said if you are on a road trip, if you on the road with your homeboy and you fall asleep while he driving, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag. So what are you supposed to do? Sit there. What? Like I really feel bad for men because you can't do anything. If you fall asleep with your homeboy while he's driving and you fall asleep in the front seat, that's a red. What am I supposed to do? I just drove for 6 hours and my eyes are tired. What else am I supposed to do?
I'm
Because you
supposed to
don't,
kill him. I'm supposed to
right,
let him kill me.
right. Because if you don't go to sleep and then when he gets tired, what are y'all gonna do? Pull over and get a hotel room together? So then that's not a red flag. That works.
What what I feel like is like, again, that's just separating the internet talk from real life because the internet is its own entity and it's merging into real life is the problem because on the man side, real grown adult, reasonably thinking, males don't give a damn about your list of red flags. They just assume not fuck with you. You feel me? But it's funny to hear. I feel like this younger generation is gonna be a victim of itself.
Yeah.
They don't do the same shit. There's no innocence where we had innocence growing up. You know what I'm saying? We were able to be kids for the time that we were supposed to be children. Now we are treating these kids like adults. You get home from work, you put your bag down. He get home from school, he go in the house, he go in his room, close the door, and live his life. And you doing whatever you feel like you got to do it as an adult. But we have to, and I say this repeatedly, and I've said it over the last few shows, you have to go and integrate or initiate conversation with your kids. Even if you don't understand, I've been looking at Roblox for off and on for 10 years. I do not see the appeal of it, but it's a huge thing to them.
It cost me a lot of money.
I'm sure.
Yes.
You have to check in on your kids, because while you think everybody is just a kid game and they're having fun and they're being quiet, there are people out there that know that there are kids that play these games. You have to invest yourself in the crazy, weird things that you don't understand about your children to keep them safe.
You are absolutely right. Mine are part of this Roblox, I don't know, people, crew, I don't know what they are. I don't know what they are. But sometimes they're like, Mommy, do you want to play with us? I absolutely do not, but yes, I do want to play. Because just like you just said, I want to know what's going on. I want to know why you keep asking me for $19.99, so that you can have some Roblox cash or buy, something stupid. Like, what's going on here?
Them 1999s be adding up.
Let me tell you, I was in Publix yesterday, and it was as a kid, and I guess it was like his grandma. You could probably tell he was with his grandma for the summer. And we were at the seafood counter, and dude really had like the fresh gift card. I don't even think they had probably purchased it yet, right? Because he had the gift card. I see the Roblox on there. He had his phone, and he was literally trying to type it in. And I'm like, you can't even wait till we get out the store. You got to have it right now. Right now.
Right. He gonna force her to buy that shit. That's what he was doing.
He was trying his best. And he had to have been probably like 11, 12, 13, somewhere in that same, age range. And I was like, poor thing, he's not going to make it this summer. He got to have it now.
Yeah, hey man, look, interact with the people you love and find out what they got going on. Interact with the people that you don't love so you can see what crazy really is. Like, we be in close proximity to crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And because we don't engage, we don't know what kind of danger we in sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
I am a people watcher. I'm around people. They be like, bro, you don't say much of nothing when you around people, because I am a people watcher. I am looking for your nervous tick. I'm looking to see if you are on the spectrum and you stimming and it's just innocent. I'm looking to see if you have ill intent. I'm looking to see if you are favoring your left side because you got a weapon. I'm a people watcher. I think people walk around with blinders on thinking that that's going to keep them safe. You have to be engaged. Whether you don't have to build a relationship, but you need to be able to talk to everybody you meet, because everybody has a tell. Life ain't nothing but a poker game. Some people going to give you exactly what they face tell you, and some people are hiding some shit.
You were right.
And it will be. Say again?
I said you're definitely right about that.
Yeah. It's like, it's not even anxiety for me. It's almost a hobby to look at the way people behave in certain situations. Because I will not be the guy that just lost it because I was there. You feel me? I don't like that. I don't like the victim mentality. What Collard Green say? So I'll
Uh,
see what's going on before it happens. Right, right. Just because Collard Green probably been in some situations where he seen the bad shit that was about to happen. I've definitely been in situations like, okay, it's time to move on. And then you hear about it later. Like now you hear about it now because of social media. If something happens, you hear about it almost immediately. But back in the day when we was wild and free, young, wild and free, before this internet shit, I'd be like, yeah, nah, his shoes a little too dirty. He ain't smiled since he got here.
Brandon Collard Green wants to know how clean their microwaves are. And to be honest, I'm not mad at that because I would like to know how clean people's microwaves are as well because
That's a real tell.
that's it right there. When I go to the office and I get ready to heat up my food, if the microwave ain't right, I'll eat at room temperature. And I will out of there. Nope, I'm gonna eat this room temperature.
Hey, straight up. Straight up. Thank you for tapping in, Collard Green. Hey, man, look, we got to get you back on. He is a big supporter. And again, one of the best things about BOTB Live and what my brother has built is we run across really, truly authentic people with perspective. Like, that's the word for the day, man. If I could leave y'all with one other thing, it is all right to not agree with somebody. It is not all right not to listen to what they have to say.
Okay.
You have an opinion about something, it's not the same as their opinion, but as long as they are respectful in what they're trying to say, you could give it a listen. We so many times we just speaking, waiting for our opportunity to speak back without really processing what was said. So I appreciate people with good perspective. I've not agreed with a lot of stuff on this show. And after listening to it, after processing, I might go back and watch it. I'll be like, you know what? I didn't think about it like that. And it's grown my spirit and it's grown my perspective. Like sometimes I'll be like, nah, nigga, I'm right. I'm right, and you not. But then again, when you listen to learn, when you listen with an open ear, you might find out that you wasn't right. And that's okay too.
You're absolutely right. I went back and was showing some of my friends the last show that I was on with you guys, and they did not agree with the way y'all came from my neck. How about that?
What you mean? Like your neck?
Yes. They did
Well,
not.
that's my brother. I didn't come for your neck. Let's be clear about that. I am so very proud of your journey. You look amazing. You know what I'm saying? Every time you pop on TikTok, I'm like, yeah, she killing that shit. So that wasn't me, friends of Tiki. I told you my brother was an asshole.
For my neck.
Nah, man, look. But I'm glad you got some people to watch us.
Right?
And if they don't, like, come to the next show and tell my brother he ain't shit for going at your friend's neck. Do that.
That part right there.
Man, look, we here for a good time, not a long time. Tiki, I appreciate you always for jumping in and rolling with us. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Any events coming up that you want to promote or anything that you want to say before you get up out of here?
I'm just, really loving having fun on TikTok. It's so much fun. Ham's Mojo. The one I did today was on the cherry plums. Have you got you some cherry plums yet? Have you had some?
No, but you made me want to get them. I'm going to go out tomorrow and see if I can find some.
Go to Publix. They're going to be right there at the door. They're going to be right there at the door. I don't know if Food Lion has them around there or the IGA, but I'm telling you, go on to Publix and get you something. They're going to be right there at the door. You're going to need about 2 bags. I'm telling you.
You said you shared them, and then everybody came in with their own.
It was so funny because I came in today. I was like, well, I'll take a couple of, because somebody gonna ask me. But then they all came with their own bag. They was like, look, we brought you a snack, and they all had. I was like, these my people right here. This is my tribe right here. We all rolled up in here with our cherry plums today. I love it. Like, it was such a unifying moment. I was so excited about that today. It was cool. But yeah, we went through those plums though. We went through those. They are delicious, and it's a good summer snack. But
message.
Huh?
I said message.
Right. So yeah, the only other things I am working on is I think I'm doing it's not confirmed, but a epic parent panel next month, and if so, then I will send out that information for you guys. He saw them at the BOTBLive. They was probably at the door because that's where because you don't even need to run through the whole store. They like right here. This is what you came for. Here you go. Going back out.
I know that's right.
I love BOTBLive. But yeah, so I'll send out that information. Just getting ready for this, gearing back up for school and helping parents realize, what resources are out there, because there are a ton of resources, right? For whatever your situation is, charter school, public school, micro school, homeschool. So I'm just really having fun with that. And connecting with the state lawmakers to, get some reform out there. So apparently that's the direction I'm moving in. And I'll share more with that as it comes up. But yeah, I'm just living my best black girl life right now.
Hey man, look, I like it. It looks good on you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Indeed.
it.
Yeah, man, look, I appreciate Tiki, like I said, always for coming on and showing that good adult perspective that I'm willing to listen to. Again, I am not her enemy or her nemesis. I don't have any issues with her neck. I've been friends with it as soon as it showed up. It wasn't always there, but let's be real.
Wait,
I'm friends with. You have more shoulders than neck. That's all. But you see, you just streamlined it. You have the elongated. You know what I'm saying? You're looking like an Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? So the past don't matter. We talk about today. I'm gonna get me a neck too, y'all, because I'm envious of hers. But nah, man, in a real way, man, this is the BOTB Live Show. I'm Jay Walken III. That is Tiki Blue, aka Cam's Mojo on TikTok. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Mailman, Collard Green, who else was in there? Let's talk under the tree. Yeah, we're gonna do this again. And y'all come back for we to do it again and bring somebody with you. Love the people who love you back, and until the next time, man, y'all be easy. We gone.
Bye, y'all.